Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So in this video, I just wanted to go over and talk about the Vorkath rewards again. I know we did a video on day of release, just going through the Vorkath rewards and basically like what they can offer and what they can do for you. But I just wanted to talk through each individual sort of side reward, and this is going to be the Infinite Porter and the Passive Regeneration. Now I'm going to split it in two separate videos because they're very different buffs. But in this video, I just want to highlight the Infinite Porter, what you could do, what I'm planning to do with it as well, and how this can really sort of benefit your account for the month. So basically what the Infinite Porter is for 14 days, which is shorter than last time, but it's still a 14-day overpowered buff, is it will allow you to permanently porter your items from wherever you're collecting them from to your bank free of charge. Now, you can currently do this by making your own sign of porters, but obviously they cost money, and also you can use it with your premier artifact, but that can only do it at a 50% rate. Now, porters have been OP since they've been released, but I just wanted to go over a couple of things and go basically over the list of items porters can touch, just to show you what you could do in terms of money making or high powered quick skilling. So because porters will send the item automatically to your bank, your character doesn't stop its transaction, so it still keeps skilling as and when you're doing it. So one thing which will be massive for this porter boost, and which will bring a lot more profit to the AFKs of the world, is Archaeology. Now I mentioned a couple of times the training Archaeology, especially if you're on a spot which is quite high in demand. I believe at the minute the Sara items, the Star Sara and the Silverlight Emerald are very, very high. I would focus on that spot and just camp out a spot which gives those two components at quite a decent rate. And admittedly, you are selling your materials and just stocking up on your artifacts, but sell them while they're high and then buy them at a cheaper time, and you can make profit there. Or you can just keep your artifacts there and just turn them in for some chronos, or possibly look at disassembling them later down the line when stuff is cheaper as well. Some of these are very, very high profit, especially for stuff like the Blood of Orcus, the Hellfire Metal made for the binding contracts, or anything which seems to be very high in price. Now, what I would definitely do before deciding where you're going to go for Archaeology is to look through the wiki's format page on where it goes through like the highest costing material, and then just work out what's the best combination of both. Definitely does change over time. Sometimes it can be Bandos, sometimes it can be Sara, and sometimes it can be Zami. It normally rotates between the Tetra sets, but occasionally you will get an item go up for no real reason, but it will just be some more demand on it. But again, this is one of my favorite ones, and if the main account's not really got much to do for a while, and I just want to play it on the side and not really pay attention to it, this could definitely be something I do with it. I know plenty of people who go and camp at the Bandos Warspear spots and have done it way past 200 mil and stocked up on Tetra compasses, materials for sheer bank, and Archaeology, as long as you've got the auto screener, is just the perfect work from home skill. You can just leave your account there, and with the extended timer as well, you can just AFK even harder than before. So not only are you able to porter clean potions, but you're also able to do God Grapes and Grimy potions. If you need to do your Supreme Growth potions, now is the best time to do it, because you're not going to have the additional cost of any form of porters alongside it as well. So basically that's what I would do. I would use all my player and farm beans. I still need to go and finish the Garden of Guthix in Al-Kharid. I'll go and do that now, and I won't have a sort of negative effect of having to pay for porters. I'm not too bothered about the invo. I can just have porters going and just auto noting as and when. But it's a way to force. It's a way to make such a tedious task forcible and just do it as quick as possible as well. It'll be really nice for farm runs just to have stuff noted for you or just sent straight to the bank. Wouldn't normally do it outside of that though. The only reason I would ever use porters for farming is because they're free and they're not going to cost me any money. You really want to save as much profit as possible farming rather than spend it on porters, which can be a little bit pricey depending on when you do make them. So moving on to the more standard skills, fishing is pretty much a porter skill. It's something you can AFK now, and with the AFK timer, it's even better than normal. Basically now you just make more money per fish than you would before, because you're not having to pay for the charge of the porter, so you're just making more profit. Hunter, again, very similar. Very good for any time you don't want to go bank, or you have to note it, or you have to do anything like that. Nothing really here which screams like use porters anyway, but it can be an option as well. I pretty much imagine it'll be like salamanders if they are good profit, or some of the higher tier Gremwolf hunting, which could have its benefits if you wanted to do that. Mining is very, very good, and it's probably one of the best times for you to get into mining now, is now you've got the chance for free porters. because the ore is such a low price in relative to a porter charge, sometimes it's actually not worth you using porters to do mining. Whereas now, because they're going to be free, I would really jump in, A, to train mining, but also to make a little bit of money from mining as well. Really good at the living rock caverns for the gold ore, although you do get 5 ore per ore porter charge. But sandstone's really good. That's very much in demand for the blessed sand, or just anything really. You've got pure essence still at a decent price. You've got clay at a good price. There is loads of ore in the game for you to go and target to go and make as much money as possible. But now you can do it without having to pay any form of porter charge for 2 weeks. On the lower level accounts, so the bond account and the noob account, I'm going to use the free porter charge to go and train some skills, which I think I will struggle elsewise. And mining is definitely going to be one to target for both of them, just to make sure I've got all the quest requirements, because I think it'll be something very, very easy and AFK. Woodcutting, we love it. Elder logs, golden bamboo as well, very good for that. Any form of log here makes woodcutting even more AFK, not have to worry about it going to the invo. And yeah, really nice. Now, there are some other items which a lot of people don't really clock on that they can be used in terms of a porter. So dragon hide can be used for this. Ashes can be used as well. And this was a great method for being able to bank ashes in the early days of necromancy. Eggs, flax, magic roots, mortmire fungus, if you're going to go and collect that. That's still very much a decent price if you need to go and do any phoenix feathers. Anti-fires and super anti-fires admittedly might have dropped a bit because of Vorkath's release, but will still be pretty decent. Red spider eggs, shadow silk, swamp tar, yak hides, yew roots. There's loads of very much random items here which you can bank yourself, which is very much like worthwhile. But throughout all of these different materials and methods, all of which do generally bring in profit. Now for me personally, if I was going to do this on the main account, I would use all my player owned farm beans and focus on farming and get all my herbs done, but also make sure to do it with the Garden of Het, as you can unlock all the tiers of rewards and then progress your farming massively, very, very quick. Once farming was out of the way, I'd focus on which resource skill suits me best. Now, because this account is pretty much, well, maxed, I would use Archaeology to a point, because I like to do the Archaeology tetrachromacies. So I do Archaeology and it would actually bring in some decent profit. I'd probably do Archaeology is for one if you're looking for just sheer profit. Now, for the other accounts, I need to train certain stats for quests. Mining, I think, will be the most important out of these 4, because I think mining does struggle to be profitable when using porters, whereas with the ability to have 2 weeks of free porters, you can get quite a lot of mining done and actually use it as a profitable skill, rather than just taking the hit on using your porter charges for it as well. But focus on what type of mining is better for you. If you're after XP, focus on the highest XP, or if you're after money, you can focus on clay. Limestone could be good for the Fort Free. Granite, sandstone will be very good for profit as well. And then I'd say it'd be between woodcutting and fishing, and hunter doesn't really have much of a pull or use. And the other stuff is just for collections. I'm not sure if these buffs go to Iron Man, but if they do, I'd definitely focus on like the secondary side of herb lore, if I was an Iron Man, and basically use it as a way to like get resources ready for a herb grind or other forms of collections as well. Maybe you're looking to get trim masterwork, and this could be the perfect thing for you to get mining. But yeah, it's a really good reward. I didn't quite realize it was 14 days only. The previous one was for a full month for the Golden Party hat, but then again, it was a much longer promotion as well. I'll make sure to put in the video where we talked about everything you need to do, but I didn't realize I had 4 shards already, which is pretty nice. But again, this is one of the really nice buffs which Jagged seems to offer. I suppose really with the Christmas buffs, it couldn't go on for much longer, but if we can have one of these over Christmas, that'd be really nice as well. Obviously on Monday, the Christmas event will roll out, and that might mean that the present event will be back out again, and that will be really good for these AFK skills. It responds really well to Archaeology, and I've done it for Archaeology for the past 2 years and got loads of XP from the presents as well. So again, this buff can lead to you doing stuff which is going to progress your account in other ways as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again very soon for the next video.